Welcome to the Business Professionals channel. Today we will talk about the purpose of a business. What is the purpose of a business? To understand the purpose of a business, we should first differentiate between shareholders and stakeholders. Shareholders versus stakeholders. We defined shareholders versus stakeholders as owners versus anyone interested in the company. It should be noted that shareholders are a subset of stakeholders. A shareholder is someone who holds a financial share, equity stock, in the firm and consequently owns a portion of it. A stakeholder is someone who is interested in the company's performance for reasons other than capital appreciation via a rise in stock price. Stakeholders' welfare is a superior corporate goal over shareholders' wealth maximization. Stakeholders' welfare looks after all the factors responsible for its success, whereas the wealth maximization as an objective overemphasizes the importance of money provider. The difference between the stakeholders and the shareholders can be summarized in this table according different basis of nature, impact, viewpoint, and conflict of interest. 1. Nature. Shareholders are ordinary people who become owners of a corporation by purchasing equity stock, either from the company, through an initial public offering, or via the secondary market. If the companies produce profits and the price of their index shares rises, the shareholders profit through dividends and capital appreciation. Companies, on the other hand, incur losses that have a negative impact on their share price and return. Stakeholders are those who have a direct or indirect stake in the company. Employees, customers, creditors, suppliers, and others who would suffer as a result of the firm's actions are all company stakeholders. Under CSR, corporate social responsibility, governance, the general public is also considered a stakeholder. 2. Impact. Shareholders are directly affected by the company's monetary success, such as profits or losses, because it swiftly reflects the stock price. What happens in the company may have an impact on stakeholders, either directly or indirectly. The stakeholders have an influence on the performance of the organization. Shareholders, on the other hand, are only affected by the outcome. 3. Viewpoint. The shareholders expect the corporation to engage in activities that will have a beneficial impact on the stock price. Increase dividends or take initiatives that will enhance the company's financial situation in the near future. Aside from the company's financial performance, stakeholders are concerned with the organization's long-term viability. Stakeholders, workers and staff, may prefer the company to provide greater quality services rather than higher profits. In other words, stockholders prioritize quantity while stakeholders prioritize quality. 4. Potential conflict of interest. The corporation is constantly torn between maximizing shareholder profit and maximizing stakeholder well-being as a corporate purpose. The company's major controllers, the shareholders, may urge the corporation to focus on increasing its financial performance. Stakeholders, on the other hand, prefer to invest expenditure that increases their value but does not necessarily add to profitability, particularly in the short term. Companies have begun to approach increasing stakeholder value as part of their corporate social responsibility in response to shifting economic realities. Maximizing shareholder wealth versus stakeholder welfare. Except for a few outliers, maximizing shareholder wealth is a widely acknowledged corporate goal around the world. It is undeniably a better and more healthy goal than profit maximization, which lacks a long-term view. Aside from shareholders, numerous parties suffer from an organization's operations, including employees, customers, suppliers, communities, and so on. Except for shareholders, wealth maximization as a business purpose makes no mention of any of these groups' concerns. As a result, a stakeholder's welfare evolves as a more refined and broad business goal. Should a manager make decisions solely for the benefit of shareholders, disregarding the interests of all other stakeholders? Consider the opposite scenario. How does a management optimize shareholder wealth and welfare? It is only with the cooperation of all other players. Can managers manufacture good quality products if the supplier does not give good raw materials? Can managers do everything if their employees do not work efficiently? Will people continue to buy low-quality goods if they are given with them? The answer to all of these queries is unequivocally no. With the support of other stakeholders in the organization, management is able to serve the shareholders' objectives, and stakeholders are not doing it for charity. Naturally, they would be concerned about their own well-being. If their goal is not met, their enthusiasm in working with the organization may dwindle, and they may decide to leave. Shareholder wealth generation is impossible without the welfare of the stakeholders. Growth requirement. Do you know of a tree that only grows one branch and the rest stays the same? When a tree grows, all of its branches expand as well. Wealth maximization as a sole goal is analogous to the first situation, which is neither realistic nor possible. At the same time, the stakeholders, including shareholder welfare, resemble the second, more natural and healthier condition.